Fly. Play the Krend. Alright. Let's see. I've got a big battle to do. I'll have to see if I've got enough troops to handle it. I guess there's one easy way to find out. Let's give it a go. Actually, let me spend some jelly. Let's see. Physical resistance points. Venom resistance. What can we give you? That looks good. Save. Alright, let's go for it. Oops. Possibly the final experiment, but probably not.
I'm afraid we've ran out of time. It doesn't matter if the nest isn't perfect. Run the experiment, then clear out the specimens and bleach the equipment.
Yes, I know. I'm doing it.
And when you are finished,
Doing it.
I think we should have a word about your conduct around the laboratory.
I think we should have a word about your conduct around the laboratory.
What was that?
Nothing. Starting the experiment.
Good. Let me know when you have a result.
Love these two. Such weirdos.
Okay, my little ants. This is it. The winner will have the privilege of joining me for the ultimate test. The real final experiment. The loser will be relegated to the waste disposal.
The real final experiment.
The former Carriums are connected. Let the war commence!
Okay. Let's fight.
I wonder which colony will strike first.
I have to be careful though, he pulls some mean bullshit in this one that I really gotta watch out for. I think I'm gonna have to bait them out. And then back to the tunnel. Hey, where are you going?
The Raptors finally meet. Interesting combination.
No? Fuck. Okay,
I
never
wonder
mind.
which is more effective.
Actually, wait, what if I do this?
This is no time to retreat underground.
No?
Perhaps our Raptors can be
Maybe.
coaxed back out with a few rove beetles.
That was not terribly ideal, but it can get even worse if you stay out there sometimes, so...
Most of our Raptors are fighting very far from their nest. I wonder, what would happen if their queen was threatened?
Oh, shite.
Yes, these mole crickets should reveal the relevant behaviors. Be careful, my queen. I'm not finished with you yet.
Not entirely ideal.
Retreating back into the nest? Oh, he can't have that. Perhaps you could be coaxed out with a few whip spiders.
God damn. At least they're little ones. Why are you guys sticking over there? Get over here. Ah, man, I'm fucked. And never mind. I need more food. I need more troops. I got destroyed. Okay. Let's try this one again. Challenge mode.
This young queen has successfully raised her first daughters beneath the leaf litter of the rainforest floor. The nutritious fungus she fed them as larvae is now dwindling. If they don't find food quickly, they will all starve. Unfortunately for the ants, overground swarms of parasitic phorid flies are beginning to hatch. Leafcutter innards provide perfect incubation chambers for the young of these insidious insects. The juicy grubs nearby are a staple meal for many underground opportunists, but for now at least, they will go ignored. This budding Atacephalotis leafcutter colony has only one viable source of food, and it must be collected above ground. A young velvet worm, Oroperipatis ecuadoriensis, has been uncovered by the ants. These ancient mysterious predators are masters of ambush. They creep toward their unwitting victims silently on soft, hollow legs. Once in range, they squirt oscillating streams of slime, forming a wide net that entraps their prey.
Gross. So, yeah, we got new
The small
challenges
scouting
here.
party of minor workers could lead any number of deadly jungle creatures back to their undefended queen. They will need time and
I
luck
think
on
there it
their
is.
side.
These are those parasitic flies. You can see it on the mini-map down here.
The workers have located a patch of young seedlings, just what they were looking for. The leaves are soft enough to be sliced up with ease and carried back to the nest. The harvested leaf chunks are not eaten directly. Instead, they are used by the very smallest minim workers to cultivate a nutritious fungus. A brightly patterned jumping spider, Secasviridae purpureus, has subdued one of the workers. This expert solo hunter combines extreme agility with incredible forward vision, allowing it to pounce on unsuspecting prey with pinpoint accuracy. Waste is building up in the fungus gardens. The leafcutters need to dig out a refuse dump.
Alright, and let's see. Need somewhere for growing troops. Here.
Hello.
Hello. And Blobfish Kingdom, hello to you as well. Well, I guess my earbud didn't charge up properly last night. What's up?
Yeah.
I
I'm
just got the
downloading
low battery warning on my right ear. I just started.
Oh dear.
But anyways, this is not news, unfortunately. What's up, friend?
Let's see here. I'm downloading Speed Freaks right now.
Oh, nice. You buy it, or is there a demo?
It's free to play, it says.
Oh. Was that on Steam, or what?
Yeah.
I need to check that out later.
Did
it just come out today, or?
Yeah. And then the other one, well, there's one other one called The Last Descendant I was interested in. Nice loot and shoot thing, but people say, yeah, there's something in the EULA that's
leaves
like...
are located to the north of the nest entrance. However, another Atta colony has already laid claim to them. The close proximity of these nests places the two colonies in direct competition with one another. Time will tell which has the potential to grow into a great empire, and which will submit to the unforgiving law of the
I'm
Undergrowth.
redoing one of the maps from yesterday because I need more food for my main nest there. Yeah, Leaf Cutter Shenanigans, Blobfish. I take it you play this as well, or do you just recognize the ants? Anyway, what were you saying there, sir?
Yeah, apparently a lot of negative reviews on this game, The Last Descendant, because a lot of stuff about data mining, like getting a lot of your data. They own anything that you create on that. I don't know.
That sounds a bit fucked up.
Yeah, something like right at the gate, we intend to screw over the players. So yeah, nah. I would say that's a never mind. Yeah, it's free to play too. It's like,
Get out of here, Spider.
It looked like a cool game, but if all that's coming with it, I was like, yeah, never mind. I'll find something else.
I don't know if I can fight this spider yet, but you know what? Let's harvest up here for now instead. A little safer. We're taking a break from testing at the moment. Oh, what are you testing, Blobfish? What are you up to? Let's get some more refuse piles. Expand the midden. Quality versus quantity between all the ants. Oh. Interesting. I'm actually not 100% clear on how big of a difference the upgrades make. Like, you can get your ants to tier 2 and tier 3. I don't know how much stronger that makes them. Definitely stronger to some degree, but by how much I do not know. I always do it anyway, but I don't know what the numbers are. Some major, some less, yeah. I don't usually bother upgrading my workers. In fact, I don't usually build a lot of workers. But you start with some on this map, so I figure I might as well round out the thing. Actually, wait, you know what? Oops. Change my mind. Let me do speed tiles here.
Defend themselves.
You got the results for Leaf Cutter? Sure, I'm curious about that. Are you testing the differences for a YouTube video or something there? Or?
Shrouds all but the slightest glimmer of moonlight. The predators of the night begin to emerge.
Oh great, predators of the night. That's what I wanted. Let's stay away from that fly there. I know there's a way to have your guys protect themselves from the flies, but I don't remember what it is. It's been a while since I've done this challenge map here. Maybe it's the majors? I'm not sure. You like the game and we're interested? Alright, just a personal curiosity thing, eh? That's pretty cool. Hey, Blobfish, do you remember what the defense against the parasitic flies is? Have you done this map? Actually, you know what? I can change this one to a speed tile. The game is full of bugs, Larson. Oh no. No, they're not bugs, they're features.
Mm-hmm.
As Microsoft would say.
The leafcutters have raised their first major ant. Its swollen head is filled with muscle to power its crushing jaws. Few stand against it in combat and escape unscathed. This champion warrior will make a fine addition to the colony.
Yeah, the gimmick they have on this map is they have, for the challenge mode, in addition to what we did before, there's these parasitic flies that will, I think they lay eggs on the ants' heads or something like that. And then the eggs hatch and eat the ant from the inside. But there's a way to prevent it. If it happens, like I think some of the ants can clean each other up. Level 3. Level 3 major or level 3 media? Blob, I don't remember. But yeah, in general, it's best to not have to mess with it in the first place. Either one? Okay. I tend to get level 3 medias anyways. I should maybe start upgrading the poop. Upgrade the poop dens. We need more poop capacity. So we don't drown in our own filth. We need more of these sort of Dungeon Keeper style games. There's not enough good ones out there. There's a few mediocre ones, but, you know, something a little higher quality would be nice. Sounds like he agrees. Alright, that should be good. Back to more troops.
Nope.
No. Of course, the best thing is to just avoid the flies to begin with, but you can't always do that. Huh?
Nope. That is true.
Yes. Sometimes they get in your way, so... It's nice to not have to worry about them, but I don't have the upgrades for that yet. I wonder if this thing can tell me something about them. Where's... There's... Now they don't count as creatures for the purposes of, the creature information tool, I guess. Okay. Definitely getting in the way of the most convenient harvesting locations, though. Don't appreciate that.
Okay, this is what I gotta tell to Kai later.
Yeah.
Latest least I could do is it. You see that pole vaulter? Got his shaft clipped.
An ant has fallen prey to a wandering harvestman. Its long, slender legs keep its vulnerable body elevated high above the
Record
leaflet
skipped on
end.
that announcement
And when
there.
threatened,
Yeah.
it can release strong-smelling odors to
there you
deter
are.
other predators. A stern response will be needed to drive this striding nuisance away.
At the very least,
Yeah, the
max
pole
body
vaulter,
spray.
you said?
The one that
The one with the giant dick?
don't- Yeah.
Overwhelmed by the defensive
so
leaf
it's like-
cutter forces, the harvestman decides to make a swift
That's right, you can
exit.
talk over the narrator for now. We've done this level before.
Yeah. Said he must feel terrible. Terrible? The dude's dick was so big it tried to grab the bar. That better be on his Tinder profile.
Tried to. I think it succeeded.
Yeah, it's like. But it's like, that better be on his Tinder profile.
Right? All I know is that guy must really
Say-
enjoy competition because while that guy was vaulting, he had a raging stiffy.
Thing is, it's not the first time that's happened, so I've seen. I've seen other pole vaulter or high jump somebody that, yeah, it hit the pole as well.
Or as Larson says, remember boys, flies spread diseases, so keep yours closed.
Thing is, it was, and
Daybreak
it
has
still
arrived,
couldn't hold it back.
And the creatures
Right?
of the night scurry back to the dark crevices of the undergrowth. For the ants, however,
been a weird Olympics,
the
hasn't
objectives
it?
of the day remain unchanged.
People got upset about things
Vegetation,
before the
defense
Olympics
of
even started.
livelihoods, and
Now
Yeah.
weird shit's happening during the
There
Olympics.
is no time for rest.
Yeah. And,
Alright, we've got a good lead going so far. If we can keep this up, we're good. Actually, I should get at least one of my ants to level 3, I think.
okay, that's good. Good.
Let's
Just
see.
checking my budget list here and saying, okay, I don't owe nothing. Nothing comes out of my account that unless I pay for it myself, until the 11th. I know it says you should have a budget. You should have a budget. It's like, okay, I know what gets paid and when. Does that count as one?
Oh yeah, people got into their heads that the Algerian female boxer is actually secretly trans. Algeria being a
Oh.
country where being LGBT is illegal. Yeah, so you probably
Okay.
wouldn't want to flaunt that publicly on the
I don't
Olympics if
know.
that was the case, then would you?
I have no freaking idea.
I mean, granted, I've seen footage of her. She does seem to be a little bit more masculine than the average woman, but you would think most Olympic boxers would be.
Yeah,
Sports that
Like
involve raw muscle power are probably going to be that way in general. It reminds me of The Last of Us 2 all over again. Oh, that woman is muscular. Must be a man.
no.
Get outta
it wasn't
here.
Man, she was just
Muscular.
a butch
It happens.
lesbian. Those existed before.
Well, you don't have to be lesbian to be a butch. Right?
No, I mean, just like I've seen full bull. For better word, bull dykes. I mean, they're just. I will
Yeah,
say
sure, but I mean,
sometimes.
there's straight ones too.
Yeah, but I've seen. Basically, with them, it's almost like they try too hard. It's almost the opposite end of a man who's
Sometimes.
flamboyantly gay. They try to dress as masculine as possible, and they look like... I swear I saw a couple that looked like extras from Happy Days.
I mean, you get all kinds in this
Yeah.
world, you know?
Yeah. What? Hey, what is this I'm looking at? It's a clip from something. It's a Jason Momoa, and that looks like Brie Larson. Like, Jason...
Brie Larson, eh.
Ah,
They're called tractor lesbians in Norway.
uh,
They're just a female version of bears. In some
oh,
cases.
apparently that's from Fast X.
Oh, Fast and the
very-
Furious 10.
Yeah. They're
Hold
showing a
on.
clip where, I don't know, he's standing there, hands up. She's standing on the hood of the car, holding a gun. Like, would you please get out the hood of my car? She immediately kind of grinds her heel or shoe right on the hood, and he's like, that is disrespectful.
It is.
I know, but like, what
All
can you
right.
do? She's got a gun on at that point, but he's like, that is so disrespectful.
Hmm.
What is this?
Time to
Ooh,
risk
that
the
was-
flies.
What is this? Juicy Lucy Pepperoni Burger. Okay.
Question is, if
so-
you were in the forest, would you rather run into a tractor lesbian or a bear?
Hmm.
A tractor bisexual.
I mean, apparently, if the
Forage
choice
flies
between
are
the
attempting
two,
to
I
lay
just wouldn't go
eggs
in the
into the
forest.
heads of ants on the foraging trail. Those
You know?
traveling towards the leaves can defend themselves. Those
Like,
lumbered
this
with
is why I
cargo
don't go in the
will
forest.
need
There's
assistance.
a chance between either a bear
The
or a
flies
tractor.
injected one of the workers with an egg. The ant's internal organs will be slowly dissolved and consumed by the developing larva.
See. Ooh. So that's the full. I got the full, I guess, hero cast for Deadpool and Wolverine. Said, what would you call this Marvel team?
Team Regen. I don't know.
I don't know. So it's Wolverine, Blade, Gambit, Electro, Deadpool, and
Oh, all of them, you mean?
X-23. Yeah, the main force. I said, you knew.
The Voidsters. I don't know.
Somebody put Marvel Jesus and the X-Fossil.
Well, that's very in character.
Well, that's kind of what it was. I mean, if you remember that part from the movie, I'm I was like, I'm Marvel Jesus.
Well, that's a lot of good results there, Blob. What would you say is the overall takeaway there? I can't pay enough attention to chat to really pour over the finer details completely. But I tend to try to go for a balance of quality and quantity. Like, I try to get a lot of ants, but then I try to upgrade them, like what you see me doing in here. I'm going to stick with this size until I've got all of these guys upgraded. And then, if I've got spare food left over after that, I'll expand the ring a little bit wider. Also, I want to get more majors. But I want to get a bunch of these guys level 3 to see if that helps with the flies.
Do we have any hopes? I mean, I've never played all the game. I haven't really played the games.
Do I have any hopes? I've played all the
A
games.
fly is injected
Well, except
one of
for,
the workers with an egg. The ant's internal organs will be slowly
What
dissolved.
would you call it? I
and
haven't played
consumed
Tales
by
from the
developing
Borderlands 2,
larva.
but I've played all the shooters.
I haven't enough to know the characters, whether there was a good choice for casting or not.
I have very few hopes as to the authenticity of the movie. The trailer makes it look like it's pretty inaccurate overall, but it still looks pretty fun. So I have hopes of it being a fun movie. I just don't know I just don't think it's going to be terribly accurate to the games. But, I mean, for the most part, that's okay.
Yeah.
I think they could have done a better job with Tiny Tina, though.
I mean, I was saying this doesn't look good, and they said, "Oh no, if you know the games, you'll like it." And I was like,
That's. I think not knowing the games would make it more likable, honestly.
No, this is I and Dan are like just falling all over themselves to like this thing.
I'll probably watch it, but I don't know if I'm going to go to a theater.
Probably not. I mean,
The mini workers being what makes your food? Yeah, the miners. I've got some of those already due to having 21 of the... actually, no, not the miners.
yeah.
What do they call the little teeny ones that are smaller than the miners even? I don't remember. Leaf cutters have weird names. But yeah, like, as much as I love Jack Black, he is not a good candidate for Claptrap. I'm curious to see how Krieg will be. Roland seemed, yeah, almost all the characters seem to not be behaving properly, though. But they've got some good detail as far as the environments and critters and stuff. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings. Synopsis said that Atlas is an interstellar gangster? Wow, that's highly inaccurate. No, Atlas is an interstellar mega corporation. Not gangsters. Although they are pretty
Very
evil.
Mafia-like, and
No, not mafia-like at all, just evil mega corporation.
Darkness, velvet worms, bush crickets, and harvestmen emerge from their hiding places. Any ant straying from the relative safety of the trail
Interesting.
will likely meet with an unfortunate end.
Like, think they're like, they're essentially intergalactic Amazon, but with soldiers, with their own army. Although they do focus more on military stuff. So maybe what's that one big arms manufacturer, Lockheed Martin? Is that the right name in the States? They're basically intergalactic Lockheed Martin. I don't think the games went into a lot of details about the CEO. Or at least the initial CEO during between Borderlands 2 and 3, the CEO changes.
so this looks interesting. So I put, okay, you can bring one back. Which you're going with? Our choices are High C Ecto Cooler, Scourge, Pepsi Blue, Very Clear Sprite Remix, Orbit, Mondo, Fruitopia, and Crystal Pepsi.
I've never had a single one of those things. I'll go Crystal Pepsi.
They had brought Surge back like a few years ago, and I had it up until they stopped putting it out. That is a really good stuff. It's a good citrus flavored soda. I liked it a lot. I don't know if it's
The
got
ants
head
have been
test,
spotted by
like
a small
Mountain Dew or
velvet
something.
worm outside the nest.
As long as I love that stuff. Went well with Funyuns.
I'm not sure if I've ever had Funyuns either.
Oh, they're so good. They're just
We don't have those here.
they're just like onion flavored, like crunchy, like hoops.
Actually, no, wait. I think I have had them once or twice. I take it back. I remember now.
Leafcutters aren't the only ants
Yeah, show me
nearby.
something interesting,
Whilst the
blobfish.
two atta colony- Leafcutters aren't the only ants nearby.
Alright, let's get
Whilst
some
the
more
two atta
majors
colonies
going.
joust for territory, Odontomachus Bowery trapjaws roam the clearing. They can be found hunting alone or in
upgrading
small
them.
packs for vulnerable invertebrates to take back to their nest. They use snapping jaws to bludgeon their targets, exerting 300 times
But,
their
yeah,
body weight
they'll-
in a single blow.
Yeah, like onion flavored snacks. They're very good.
Pardon me.
Oh God. What am
Yeah, I can't remember any of the corporations in Borderlands being run by a mobster. Like, there are mobsters in the story, but I don't think they run actual full-on corporations. That's a different type of criminal.
Oh man. Somebody showed
yeah.
a great pic.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Just looking at this, it looks like just a collection of cassette tapes. And looking at the collection, I see Michael Bolton, David Bowie, Lindsey Buckingham,
Predators
The
are
Cars,
from the nest.
Chicago, I
The
see
larvae
Elvis
must be protected.
Costello, Depeche Mode, Huey Lewis, Billy Joel, Don Henley, The Police. There's Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rush, yes, ZZ Top. Somebody said, based on the albums in this cassette collection, I'm going to guess the owner drove a 1987 Pontiac Fiero.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, and yeah, Blobfish, I know about the question mark tool. It's very handy. Or at least interesting. Usually I use it to see what the names of things are. Also, I'm totally going to snooch this guy's food over here.
That is a nice looking car.
Translated from Norwegian, Lilith, an infamous bounty hunter with a mysterious past, returns reluctantly to her homeworld of Pandora, galaxy's most chaotic planet. Her mission is to find the daughter of Atlas, the universe's most powerful gangster. Lilith must join forces with a gang of misfits. What?
So,
Wow, the movie's really fucking this up. Atlas is not a person. Atlas is a corporation.
The ants must fight.
I still think it might be a fun movie, but they are really fucking up the details. Pretty hard. I like how I'm actually so far ahead of this guy that I'm
The opposing
taking a stronger lead than I had
retreated
even
from
during
one of their
the
harvesting sites. They may have been easily
uh,
startled this time, but they'll soon
the
be back,
non-challenge mode version
and
of
in
this
greater
map.
numbers.
I'm stealing food and killing your mans. Ooh, that's a lot of majors. Okay, let's pull back. Get out of combat, guys. They're pulling out their big guns. We've already taken most of their food already anyways. Okay. Well, I took some losses there, probably, but he probably took more, so... I'm winning the battle of attrition. Still some good food to be had over here. Have I beat this level before? Yes, Blobfish, I have. On a separate playthrough that I wasn't streaming, I've gotten all the way up to Tier 5. I haven't been able to beat any of the Tier 5 maps yet, though. Oh, wait. I should upgrade that. You can just kill the rival? Yeah, that makes sense.
oh man, somebody's showing a picture of old Activision games.
I don't want to risk fighting the rival right now, though, because I don't know if I'm strong enough to do that. Probably, but I don't want to risk trying it and losing almost everything I've got. Anyway, sorry, you were saying, Blast?
Oh, old Activision game. We're talking old as in the
As the sun rises over the treetops above,
the
Sorry,
26
keep going.
Atari,
jungle invertebrates emerge once again to replace
You're saying?
their nighttime
like for the
counterparts.
Atari
The
2600.
ants will remain steadfast in their
Activision.
efforts. All must be risked
Oh, wow.
for the harvest.
Classic.
Like the days of like Pitfall and Mega Mania.
Oh man, Pitfall was one of the first video games I ever played.
River Raid, Dragster, remember that Kaboom?
Forest
That
flies
was,
are attempting to lay eggs into the heads
Grand
of ants on the
Prix,
foraging
Chopper
trail.
Command. Now that
Those
was a
traveling
game.
towards the leaves can defend themselves. Those
Yeah.
lumbered with cargo
Actually, Pitfall
will need
2 was
assistance.
probably the first time... Actually, I think that might have been the first time I ever experienced a sequel. And it was an incredibly good sequel. Like, it was so much better than the first one. It was the first sort of run around and explore a platform world. Like a platforming style world kind of game. It was really good. Jamie Lee Curtis's Tennis is a choice, Larson, but I think it's actually one of the better choices they made. Although I don't know that they wrote or directed her well. I mean, she's also way older than she should be, but I don't know much
Queen
about
is in imminent danger.
the Tiny Tina actress. What's her name? Greenblatt or something like that?
One of
I don't
the
know
ants
anything
has
about
fallen
her.
Prey to a young leaf
She
mimic
could
praying
potentially
mantis.
have been a good
Once
Tiny
in
Tina, I
range,
think,
its long
except that they're
razor-clad
not.
Forelegs can ensnare and
I don't
impale
think they
victims
wrote
with
her or
lightning
directed her
speed.
very well.
A fly has injected one of the
My
workers
queen,
with an
oh
egg.
shit.
The ant's internal organs will be slowly dissolved and consumed by the developing lava.
I was yammering too much.
The queen is in imminent danger.
Oh, their guys attacked me. That's what happened. Alright, we're good. Back to the harvest. Thank you, Blobfish. I was talking over the warnings and I didn't notice. Alright, normally I would probably buy some more ants, but I don't need to bother
Forage
at this
flies
point.
are attempting to lay eggs into the heads of ants on the foraging trail. Those traveling towards the leaves can defend themselves. Those lumbered with cargo will need assistance.
They made her blonde, Larson. No, they made her gray-haired. or do you mean Tiny Tina? Because Tiny Tina was blonde. I think. The main problem with Tiny Tina is she's way more insane than Greenblatt is portraying her as.
Yeah. That,
She's too friendly and she's too mentally stable to be Tiny Tina. Which is a shame, because Tiny Tina's insanity made her one of the most fun characters in the series.
A fly has injected one of the workers with an egg. The ant's internal organs will be slowly dissolved and consumed
I
by the
win.
developing lava.
Screw you and your ant.
The ants
Oh,
have
that comes
subdued their
out
rivals
this
and
weekend.
achieved dominion over the clearing. As the competition withers, they will extend
Didn't
their
know when it was
territory
coming out.
in all directions, firmly
What is, the
establishing
movie?
their agriculture.
yeah,
Okay.
comes out on the 9th.
I'll probably rent it online or
Is it
something or
feeding
other.
time already?
Yes, our queen is insatiable.
Lewd.
Fashionable.
Yeah, I think... Oh, they dyed her hair in the poster, maybe? I'm not sure. I think she could potentially portray Tennis well. I just don't think they wrote her to be... I mean, that's another thing. Tennis is another character that's supposed to be completely out of her mind. And that's the fun of her. Then again, we'll have to see in the full movie. Like, in the trailer, we didn't really get a whole lot of footage of Tannis. She seemed like she was maybe a little too normal. But it's hard to say for sure. Okay, let's see. was working on majors with this group. But yeah, she is supposed to be brunette. I think they got the hairstyle at least close to right, but the personality doesn't seem to be right. None of them are quite right, honestly. I think Lilith might be the closest, but even she's not quite right. I don't know. It's definitely not a terribly accurate movie overall, but it could still be fun. I'm going to watch the movie with the head space of alternate reality. You know? Like, this is not the same universe. This is Marvel-style multiverse nonsense, in my mind. I think that's really the only way it will be acceptable. It's like Ultimate Marvel or something. Another thing I thought was a little weird for the trailer is a lot of people in the city scene seem to have some sort of holographic masks on. I'm not sure what's up with that. Maybe that's supposed to be their representation of the Psychos masks? And maybe that wasn't the main city? It looked like it was supposed to be the city, though. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Probably won't be as big of a screw-up as the Monster Hunter movie. I wouldn't know anything about that. I didn't see that movie, and I've never played Monster Hunter, so I wouldn't even know what was wrong with it if I did see the movie. Although that makes one curious. Although I think there's supposed to be some sort of modern military people in it, which I'm pretty sure is not supposed to be a thing. But it reminds me of when I saw M. Night Shyamalan's Last Airbender movie. I've said this before on the channel, but I have not... When I watched that movie, I had not yet seen the anime at that point.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what was wrong with it.
Yeah. I hadn't really seen it either, but I don't know, some stuff about it just came off as kind of ridiculous.
Oh, for sure. Like, one thing that I made fun of it for was I didn't understand why everybody was doing acrobatic flips all over the place just to be able to use their bending abilities.
Right. Or why it took like 5 or 6 guys in this whole big step dance routine to move a rock the size of your fist. That was it.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. Because all of the things they got wrong weren't bothering me because I didn't know about them.
Right. Now, at the same time, I like to, because, well, so they even pronounced Ang's name wrong. And it's like, it's Ang, not Ong. And it's like, and I used to make the joke back at him, doing a little Key and Peele joke. You're both wrong. It's Ang.
Although, I have to say, there were a couple of things that I liked better in the movie. I thought they portrayed Zuko better than the anime did. Like, he was much angrier. Or at least the performance of the anger came off more genuine. And you felt it more. Also, I like the fact that they changed the Fire Nation to be India. I thought that had a cool change of flavor to it. Also, the biggest thing for me was the blue arrow that Aang's got on his head?
Yeah.
I thought it looked way cooler in the movie, where it wasn't just somebody drew an arrow on his head, but it was just a collection of really small glyphs that were together in the overall shape of an arrow. But it wasn't just, I'm going to paint an arrow on your head. I thought that looked way better. It was very cool.
Yeah. I mean, they gotta do that with a lot of stuff. I mean, the simplicity of a cartoon will not translate well into live action.
Yeah. So I like those things better. Yeah.
Why, in the superhero movies, their costume got a lot more, like, detail and shit.
Mm-hmm. That being said, I watched season 1 of the I think that's all there is now, but of the live action TV show version of it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. It was some of the acting wasn't great.
Yeah.
But most of it was okay. Mostly Aang and Katara were not the best actors. But overall, still rather enjoyed it. Like, man. Let's see. Need to see if I can get this one upgraded. Directed by the same guy who did the Resident Evil movies? Oh, you mean the Monster Hunter one? Okay. U.S. Marine who gets isekai'd into the Monster Hunter world. Yeah, I don't understand why they wanted... Like, I know isekai stuff is popular right now.
Yeah.
I assume that's why they did it. But it felt pretty unnecessary to me. Alright, let's see.
Sorry, I had to. Somebody was putting on there who's the best TV dad.
Uh-huh.
Again, like, Andy Taylor for the Undergrowth Show. There's Mike Brady from the Brady Bunch. Charles Ingalls from Little House. Thing like that. I put a tie for Gomez Adams and Herman Munster. They were the best TV dads.
Oh, no. Gomez hands down.
Yeah. I'd say both of them. They both said, it's okay to be who you are.
True. Actually, I've never really watched like a whole episode of Munsters, so I don't know a lot about it.
Oh, it's fun.
But definitely a Addams Family fan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get this guy up level. Alright, shame, but oh well. Alright, let me see. I've got 3,000 food left. What should I buy with that? More ranged boys, I think. And I'll see what I've got left over after that. Let's get rid of this speed patch. Come on, guys, you can pick up that food. There you go. Although to be fair, I've never really watched much of the Addams Family TV show either.
Yeah.
But absolutely loved the movie with Raul Julia and Christina Ricci. And, what was her name?
Oh, Raul Julia and Angelica Houston.
I was thinking
The movies.
Morticia's. What?
Oh, Angelica Houston?
No,
He
no.
played her in the movies.
Not the movie with Raul Julia. That was, Catherine Zeta-Jones. That's the name.
No, that's her in the new series.
It was her in the movie, too, wasn't it?
No, it was Angelica Houston.
Are you sure?
Yes! I've seen them both. In the 1990s movies, the ones where Christina Ricci was Wednesday, that was Angelica Houston as Morticia.
Huh.
In both of those.
Didn't
Catherine Zeta-Jones didn't become
do her in
Morticia.
something else?
Not until Wednesday.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah. Well. She was good at it, though.
Eh?
Let's see.
It was Angelica Houston in the movies. You had Catherine Zeta-Jones on Wednesday. Daryl Hannah played her in the video or the cable movie of Addams Family Reunion. Charlize Theron voiced her in the animated, those two animated
The one,
Addams Family movies.
the ones
a
from
few
a few
years
years
ago?
ago, you mean? Or?
Yeah. Charlize Theron voiced her in those.
I didn't see those.
Heard mixed reviews.
The trailers didn't leave me feeling very excited about it.
The 98, 99, the new Addams Family, that was, what's the name? Ellie Harvey. I never watched that show. I don't know if it was any good or not.
But yeah, Larson, I agree. Monster Hunter as an idea for a movie seems a bit strange, as it's not exactly a very plot-heavy thing.
For Carolyn Jones playing her the original one on TV. Oh, there was another animated series in the 90s, huh? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Alright, out of food. Alright, I think I'm going to do one more challenge level before we try this one, because I want to have... I've got a stronger army now, but I want to have some spare food for replacements when ants die. Let's just finish doing these upgrades, because I don't know if the game will remember that I ordered these upgrades if I do a mission while they're still pending. Okay. Let's see. How about this one? I forget what the challenge mode on this one does. Let's try it. Like making a movie about... Actually, you could almost make a movie about Counter-Strike, but you'd have to invent...
A number of small Formica, Rufa, and Fusca colonies have established themselves on this beach. Those
actual
nearest
story.
the water's edge have enjoyed the first pick of the washed-up seafood for the past few days. However, as the sun and moon near alignment and the first spring tide of the month approaches, high tide draws nearer to these intrepid ants. Seemingly aware of their circumstances, these colonies are preparing to relocate to higher ground. There is only one way up the bank, and the route is currently occupied by a small Rufa colony. These defenders will have to hold their ground against the oncoming siege. It will be 3 days before the high tide washes away the competition. If the colony survives, it will inherit the beach. But this won't be an easy fight. Unfortunately for this colony, the Queen's choice of home could not have been worse. This stretch of beach is peppered with burrowed tiger beetle larvae. They lie, jaws primed, with only their armored heads visible from the sand. Anything that stumbles into their pit is speared and dragged below.
Well, that doesn't sound very friendly.
Looking at trying to see who voiced it in the 1970s cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Janet Waldo voiced her. She's done a bunch of voice work for cartoons. She voiced Judy Jetson, Josie of Josie and the Pussycats. You know.
Nice.
So he also did. Of course, the funniest thing was for the cartoon, they actually got from the old TV shows. They got
Although the
fucking
nest
Ted
nearer
Cassidy
the
and Jackie Coogan back
water
to
better
voice
access to the
Lurch
food
and
washed up by the
Esther.
sea. This roofer colony need not starve.
Well, voicing Lurch would be pretty easy.
Is home to herds of
Yeah,
elephants.
but that
As they
voice
feed
was
on
because
plant
of
sap,
Ted
these tiny
Cassidy. I mean,
insects
that
excrete
deep
droplets of
rumbling
honeydew,
voice that
which
was
the wood
just
ants find
natural for him.
irresistible.
Yeah.
They need only protect the aphids from
I mean,
danger
he
to receive
walked
a
in
constant supply of
and
sugary
said
liquid.
2 words, and the
Doing so
TV
is
guys
not always
said,
simple,
"You're
however. Hungry ladybird beetles know exactly where the aphids
So,
like to graze.
2 words, so he went through his
They can
entire
strip
script
an
then.
unguarded stem bare in a mere
Yeah,
matter
well,
of minutes.
like I said, when they
The
just
ants
had to
need to
hear
keep a
his
close
voice
watch
and
over their flock.
look at him and said, "That's Lurch."
Yep. But yeah, Larson in a Dark Souls movie? That'd be crazy. Although I think a Bloodborne movie could work as like a horror movie. Do Bloodborne, but do it sort of like whatchamacallit? The Van Helsing movie. Do it kind of like that. Be interesting.
Sure. Ted Cassidy, other great role to me, was in the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, where he plays the guy trying to take over the gang from Butch. They're gonna settle it with a knife fight.
Oh, there you go. Red Dead Redemption, the movie.
And
Practically was a movie already, though.
yeah,
Van Helsing was about as scary as a stray moth. Well, Van Helsing wasn't supposed to be scary. They were
Yeah.
hunting monsters, right? That's Van Helsing's thing.
yeah. I mean, it was still supposed to be about monsters.
Yeah. Like, I know I said horror movie, but I didn't mean that movie would be a horror
Amount
movie.
of fright to it.
Yeah. Like Hunter versus the Eldritch kind of thing. Be neat.
Oh, that's the thing. Somebody was posting about who's your favorite, Frankenstein monster actor, and they went from the classic to the modern day. And those 2 they left off. So I had to post the one playing the monster in Van Helsing, and Aaron Eckhart playing I Frankenstein. And I put, "Oh, you thought we would let you forget? Oh no, you've got to take the awful with the good."
That sounds fair.
Now, I will say, the movie, I think, I Frankenstein was not awful. The concept was rather silly. You've got Frankenstein now alive today, but he's fighting monsters, particularly these big living gargoyles.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember the trailer for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, actually, speaking of Van Helsing, though, I remember seeing a D&D product that was a good game. So back in, I know they don't do this in 5th edition anymore, but back in 3rd edition D&D, as you level up, you would get skill ranks that you could apply. Because in 5th edition, you're either trained in a skill or you're not, and that's the end of the story. But in 3rd edition, you would have skill ranks. So rather than getting a flat +5 bonus for being trained, you would instead get a +1 for every rank you have in it. So as you level up, you get better and better and better at whatever. Assuming you keep assigning points to your skills, because you get a certain number of skill points depending on what class you were and how much intelligence you had. And then you would assign them to skills however you liked. And rogues got the most skill points of any class.
A party of Formica Fusca Black
So
Ants are heading inland.
In the
The
Ravenloft
high-ground
setting,
Roofer colony must defend their territory.
which is the classic horror movie style D&D setting, there was...
An ant has fallen victim to
Oops,
a beetle
it's one of those
larva
guys.
trap. They must watch
there
their
was
step. The voracious predators are difficult to see
character
and lightning fast.
in the Ravenloft setting who was essentially the D&D equivalent of Van Helsing. I forget what they called him, but he was very clearly the equivalent of Van Helsing. And he was one of the rare examples of a lawful good rogue in D&D. Because he was the rogue class, but he did it... Well, first of all, like, you know, stealth and whatnot is useful when you're somebody like Van Helsing. Stealth and sneak attacks. But also, he wouldn't just fight the monsters, but also study them, right? So, you know what? Let's see if we can kill these things. So yeah, stealthing and having rogue skills was useful
The Roofer colony on the low ground
study
is
the
sending
monsters,
troops
but
to clear
also
a path for their queen. The
he had a
high-ground
very high
colony
intelligence
must
because he
keep
was a
them at bay.
scholar. So he had a lot of knowledge skills. So he was a good example of just like a brainiac rogue.
More ants
sort of
have been
thing.
caught by tiger beetle larvae, lying in wait.
Van Richten, yes, that was his name, Larson, thank you. Which was interesting because they had guidebooks for Ravenloft, like monster guides and things like that, or guides to areas. Like just like extra supplementary books that would teach you more about the world. But they were framed within the idea of being books that actually exist in the world. There were Van Richten's Guide to Vampires, Van Richten's Guide to Werewolves, Van Richten's Guide to this, that, and the other thing. But they weren't just books for the players, they were books that existed in the world, being written by a person who existed in the world. Which I thought was kind of a cool idea. Have I ever watched Penny Dreadful? No, but it's a great name. Remind me what that is, I've heard of it.
The lower
But I do
ground
not recall the
colonies have
details.
relented their siege for now. Night approaches, and with it,
Okay,
it brings
should-
a host of nocturnal predators out onto the beach. The high ground ants could go underground to wait out the night, but they would
I
have to
should
leave their
dig
precious
out
aphids
some
unguarded.
area for...
It is a difficult choice for this colony. Face the peril out in the open, or hide away and risk losing their only
For
reliable
shooting
source of
ants.
food.
Penny Dreadful will be a really good name for like an Wednesday
There are
Addams style
intruders
character.
in the nest.
And I think that's kind of along the lines of what it was.
Yeah,
Don't
they were
fully
little,
remember.
basically they were pulp horror books.
No, I know what they mean as books, but I'm talking about as the name of a character.
Oh, yeah.
I know exactly what the term means, but I'm just trying to remember these books that were about a character called Penny Dreadful, what that was about.
I know of a character named Penny Dreadful.
Yeah, I think it was some sort of show or movie or something too.
Yeah. I know, like I said, there's a series, and that's got fucking... Eva Green is one of the main characters who... Well, she was perfect in that. And I had Josh Hartnett, who basically kind of was his comeback after he kind of quit doing movies.
There are
More
intruders
Greenpeace
in the
Victorian
nest.
Gothic version of the Leave Extraordinary Gentleman. Oh, cool. Was there a character named Penny Dreadful, or was that just the name of the show?
It was the name of the show. Yeah, he was called that.
The colony is
Because
starving.
that's kind of what it was as a show, right?
Yeah,
It was like
it
those
was like,
books.
you know, Victorian horror.
I feel like there's a good opportunity there. You could have like a... I don't know, like I don't think Victorian England had goths, but not in the sense that we have them today. But I think
No.
Predators are loose in the nest.
you could do
The larvae
something
must
along
be
those
protected.
lines as a cheeky joke.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. The term Gothic kind of came from that period, the Gothic novel.
There's also an architecture style,
Yeah,
to some degree.
but basically that's kind of, there was a style. So like Dracula, Frankenstein, Picture of Dorian Gray,
Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, those type of stories, what was called the Gothic novel.
Oh, speaking of which, the author of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, was that an American or British author?
Scottish, I believe.
Scottish, okay.
Robert Louis Stevenson, who also wrote Treasure Island, one of my favorites.
Because I always thought it was a bit strange, like...
Scottish.
So I mentioned briefly recently that there was a book sale going on at my local bookstore
Yeah.
where I could get... Like, they had this
Predators are
shelf
loose in the
of
nest.
American
The larvae
classic
must be
novels
protected.
Yeah.
The ants must fight.
that you could get 3 of the books for a total of $10.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed a bunch of those, because I've never read most of them.
Yeah.
And they seemed like they were all American classics, but Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was in there as well.
Yeah. That was pretty much his one foray into the Gothic horror novel. The rest of it were mainly adventure books like Treasure Island, Kidnapped, The Black Arrow. So yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure why that one was in the same bunch as all the other ones, but still, I grabbed a copy of it. I also grabbed like Gulliver's Travels, The Great Gatsby,
Oh, yeah.
Pride and Prejudice, Tale of Two Cities.
We had a thing at our bookstore. They had some great, like, bound hardcover editions of a
Predators
lot
are
of
loose in the
classics.
nest.
I've got
The
a
larvae
couple of
must
them.
be protected.
I've got a collection of Sherlock Holmes stories, one full of H.P. Lovecraft, and I've got one that has all of Edgar Rice Burroughs' John Carter stories in them.
Interesting.
Yeah, shame they only
oh.
did one, but I guess they didn't do one.
Larson says the Gothic architecture style started as an insult.
Yeah, because
Hoity-toity,
Gothic...
yeah, hold on. Hoity-toity types called the modern, at the time, architectural styles Gothic, as in made by barbarians, because of
Yeah.
the Visigoths.
Right. Right.
I always wondered what the
Go-
connection between those two things was.
Right. That was, yeah.
Dawn
That
breaks,
was
and the battle
they
for the
called
high ground
them-
will
they
soon
could-
continue.
the Goths
Many
were
acres
the
will eat in
barbarians.
night. The
Yeah.
high ground colony must ration their food.
Visigoths, I believe, was the term.
Visigoths, I believe there were Ostrogoths as well. They were all kind of like the Huns, the Visigoths, the Ostrogoths, all kind of came out of that section of the world.
I guess today's Goths are named after the Victorian architecture style.
Yeah, well, mainly the novel style, because always very dark, spooky.
Yeah.
So it's mainly the Gothic writing style.
But I mean, I feel like that's called Gothic because it came from the time period when they had the Gothic architecture.
Right, pretty much. The original, what they called Gothic novel, was the Castle of Otranto, which kind of had that architecture, dark, gloomy castles, but in that sort of style.
Yeah.
I have got a book all on
The Fusca colony is sending a wave
On
of warriors
Gothic
to clear a path for
from-
their queen.
the original barbarians to the music and art style today.
Yeah, such a difference, eh?
Yeah,
The battle
there
has
was a
begun.
there's a great comedy comic series called Oh My Goth, which kind of pokes fun at goth style today. In one part, they actually travel through time to go through from the original Goths to the Gothic architecture period. And decide, yeah, it would be great to live at the time and the Gothic knowledge on. Oh, you mean the plagues and the when
Yeah, so great.
hygiene was pretty much non-existent even among the rich types.
Yeah.
That's I mean, that's the thing. When you see things from that Victorian period or the old westerns and think, oh, it's so good, yeah, but you got to remember things like indoor plumbing and
Big fan.
climate control,
The Roofer
indoor
colony is
climate
sending another
control,
assault.
just
They are
hygiene
desperate
and
to reach
medicine.
high ground.
Big fan of those, too.
yeah.
I had to double check my lodgings that I booked in Philadelphia to make sure that they were going to have air conditioning there.
Yeah.
Because I got something a little on the cheaper side, but looks like they do have that at least.
I've read Dracula before. It's interesting. It's a bit different because the whole thing is almost told as a journal entry from certain types. It's mainly John
I think
Harker's.
that sort of thing happened in that time, though.
It starts with like John Harker's entry, and then it switches to I think Mina's journal. So it's
Yeah,
almost all told. You know.
I've noticed a lot of books about that, or a lot of novels about that time period,
An ant has
tended to
fallen
be
victim to a beetle lava trap.
from
Yeah.
personal
They
journal
must watch
style.
Their step. The voracious
I
predators
mean,
are
actually,
difficult
a lot.
to see and lightning
I'd
fast.
say my favorite two classical novels, I'd have to say, are Treasure Island and War of the Worlds.
Never read those.
Oh, definitely
More
very
black
good.
ants are emerging from the Fusca nest.
That style of, I don't know, the way the characters are presented, especially Long John Silver, probably it's like outdoes just about any acted version of it.
Nice.
War of the Worlds, I don't think they've ever done any movie has ever really done quite like the novel. It's
More ants have been caught by tiger beetle larvae lying in wait.
definitely a bit different.
Larson, what is this
Another-
about a Dracula mailing list?
Like some kind of book club or something.
I don't know how you have a book club about one book, or
I
is this
know.
more about the character? All books about Dracula? Is that what we're talking about here?
Then again, I can say I'm a part of mailing lists for like there's a lot of places that does merch and fan club stuff. I'm on the Bruce Lee and Godzilla mailing list if you want to be technical.
More
Godzilla
soldiers are
Lee.
emerging from the roofer nest.
Yeah. Oh God. Now it's a drawing you gotta make up. Bruce Lee versus Godzilla.
Somehow Bruce Lee gets Ultraman to Godzilla's height.
Right. Exactly. Somebody put saying, if you woke up tomorrow and were a billionaire, what's the first thing you'd do? I could have been silly and just said same thing I do anytime I wake up, go pee. But
Yeah,
I'd
fair
say
enough.
first thing I do, relax at long last.
I need to rest after I've slept.
Yeah, I'm just saying no, just relax as in not just jump out of bed, run around, gotta do this, gotta do that. Like,
Right,
you know what?
yeah.
I'm a billionaire. I ain't gonna do shit right now. I'm gonna relax.
So true. Kill that man.
Ooh.
You're gonna eat me, I'm gonna eat you right back.
Speaking of Dracula,
Night
let me post a
falls, and
picture.
a temporary truce emerges between the warring colonies. Once again, the high ground wood ants must make a choice. Do they defend the aphids, or will they hide, resting their forces until the morning?
They got a picture from Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula. Monica Bellucci was one of the brides of Dracula. Ooh, somebody says, they always post this one. A picture of fries says, ketchup does not exist. What are you having with these?
Oh, yeah.
So just, gravy and cheese curds, poutine!
Good choice, although that is definitely the standard Twitter engagement bait, isn't it?
An ant has fallen victim to a beetle lava trap.
Let's see, what else
They
can I
must
eat down
watch
here?
their step. The voracious predators are difficult to see and lightning fast.
Handle this. But yeah, I've actually read a recent novel that I've mentioned here before
Predators are
that's
loose in the nest. The larvae
done in the
must
style
be
of
protected.
a travel and research journal. But of course, even though like the book came out this year or
Colony
last
is
year, but
starving.
it was
There's not enough
it's set
food
in
to
like
feed the new
1909,
brood.
so it's done in that style like all the other people are doing. Like what you're talking about there. Definitely a style of the time. Of course, the
There are
character was a
intruders in
researcher,
the
so that
nest.
also just sort of fits.
Speaking as we were about the last Airbender movie, it's M. Night Shyamalan's birthday today.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
heard his daughter was in something recently. I think.
Predators are loose in the nest.
don't know.
The larvae must be
Forget
protected.
what, but I saw a thing talking about the two of them. Either a movie that came out recently or is going to come out soon or something. It was in the ads running at the theaters when I saw Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, I think. No, she wrote and directed. His daughter Ashana wrote and directed this new movie, The Watchers.
That might have been what it was.
No, she's starring in it. It's got Dakota Fanning in it.
Predators are loose in the nest.
That's probably what it
Larvae
was.
must be protected.
Yeah. He's 54 years, just a year younger than me. Somebody put, having a party brings something starting with the first letter of your name. What are you bringing? I said, well, naturally, beer.
God, it's so hard to find something on Twitter that's not just reply baiting. Like it's not really an
Oh, I
actual
know.
discussion. It's just name of food.
But something like that.
Sometimes it's fun anyway, though. But
You can come
you
up
know.
with something. Oh, like somebody said, name a Val Kilmer role that isn't Batman.
Predators
That's
are
like,
loose
oh
in the
god.
nest.
I'm gonna
The
go
larvae
with what
must be
everybody
protected.
probably already said, but fucking Doc Holliday.
In general, I've been preferring Blue Sky as a Twitter-like, but without all the nonsense site.
I haven't even tried that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty reasonable.
So I saw the movie Collateral. Have you ever seen that one? Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise, directed
think
by
I
Michael
have.
Mann. Yeah, Tom Cruise plays a hitman, and fucking Jamie Foxx is the cab driver that's kind of forced to drive him around to each of his hits. They're going, you killed him? No, I shot him. The bullets in the fall killed him. Well, okay then.
Predators
So the
are loose in
prototype
the
for
nest.
Mohinder,
The
then.
larvae must be protected.
That's a fun character from the Deadpool movies.
Oh, Defender,
Or-
yeah.
Poor guy.
Predators are loose in the nest.
Yeah,
Must
but...
be protected.
And, yeah, he came back for the...
He had a little cameo at least. Yeah, he showed up for the party.
Right. All the people at the party,
Kind of miss Domino though.
Yeah, she wasn't there. And that's the thing. Wait, yeah, two
She was
characters back in there who died in the last movie, yet you can't bring Domino back.
Dawn breaks, and the battle for the high ground.
Yeah,
will
they
soon
probably couldn't
continue.
get the actress or something.
Many aphids were
I
eaten
get-
in the night.
Or maybe the character
high ground
rights.
colony
I don't
must
know.
ration their food carefully.
I'd say they could, seeing as she was created by the same person that created Deadpool. If they can get Deadpool, I'm sure they can get Domino.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
mean,
they
come
wanna
on,
spend the extra money on it. I don't know.
the man's name was right there in the movie on the store. Remember Liefeld's Just Feet?
Yep.
He created Domino. In fact, he first appeared in the same issue that Deadpool did.
There are intruders in the nest.
Does he have a foot fetish or something?
No, it's
Good night, Larson.
The joke is that he can't draw feet.
Oh, that's pretty good.
They're
More
either
black ants are emerging
small,
from the Fuska nest.
oddly shaped, or they're just like not in frame.
That's a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
Just skip it.
Mm-hmm. That was the joke. And hey, at least the man could go along with it, because when they made it after making the joke in the trailer and everybody harped on it, Rob Liefeld posted on Twitter a picture of his own feet saying, "There, you happy now?"
Show feet.
The queen is in imminent danger.
Wait, what? Get out of here. Call this imminent
Yeah.
danger.
I mean, that joke's been around since. His two most famous jokes about him was either A, he can't draw feet, or B was the big tittied Captain America drawing.
Oh, that's him. Yeah, that was
Yes.
hilarious.
Little larvae hiding
Yes.
in their burrows are eating well.
Fucking ridiculous.
Every ant lost to them diminishes the colony.
Yeah, that guy's trash.
More soldiers are emerging from the roofer nest.
He's successful, trash.
You what?
I said he's successful, trash.
Yeah, well, that's a lot of stuff out there, isn't it?
The man has had a long career in comics, and let's face it, he created three characters that are, two or three characters are still the most popular in Marvel, some of the most popular in Marvel comics, particularly Deadpool and Cable. Maybe Domino is third runner-up.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
You can't draw.
But yeah.
You can't draw characters worth shit, though. Apparently.
Well, he came at a time when there's a lot of people like that. I mean, Todd McFarlane was on Spider-Man. You had Eric Larson on other Spider-Man titles, and they all went on to form Image Comics, which was like the big deal in the 90s because it was
More ants have
the
been caught
first
by tiger
big company in a
beetle
while
larvae
that
lying in
wasn't
wait.
DC or Marvel. And it was started by all these guys who were superstars at Marvel at the time. Of course, it also helped that they were good buddies with Wizard
Both large round
magazine
colonies are now sending
publisher
out
Gareth
armies at the same
Seamus.
time.
And that was the magazine you read to find out about new
The workers
comics
have done
and
all
to
they
get
can to improve these
that people
food
based a
stores.
lot of their values of comics on.
The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
Boy, I needs food badly.
The queen is in imminent danger.
She'll be fine. Don't be so dramatic.
Like MST commentary, it's like, we're all in danger, can't you tell from the music?
Yep. Sounds about right.
Ugh.
Black ants and wood ants are heading from their nests to the high ground.
Oh, hang on. Get him.
The beetle larvae hiding in their burrows are eating well.
Love it.
Every ant lost to them diminishes the colony.
Ow. That.
But hey, you know, good for Cap. Everybody should have a chance to be a big titty comic book character.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Equal opportunity, right?
I'm almost surprised that the guy they had playing Juggernaut was surprised they didn't have him in the movie playing Captain America just to make fun of that.
Yeah.
I guess there's only so many in jokes about Liefeld they can make.
Night falls, and a temporary truce emerges between the warring colonies. Once again, the high ground wood ants must make a choice. Do they defend the aphids, or will they hide, resting their forces until the morning?
Get out of here, ladybug. It's my aphids. Alright. Now, let's see. Finish a few upgrades here.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
That's all the underground food sources we've got. Alright, so now I either wait for day or brave this. Actually, I might be able to handle that. Let's fight, motherfuckers. I'm gonna eat you all.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, let's converge a little bit first.
The
Before I
battle
dive right into the
has
middle of all of it.
begun.
I'll take a few losses, but the food I get from eating these guys should replace the losses and give me a little extra besides that.
You know.
This should be a net profit overall, I think. Food profit. That's a lot of ladybugs.
The beetle larvae hiding in their burrows are eating well. Every ant lost to them diminishes the colony.
Alright.
This guy just comes back out of his burrow again. We'd finish him off, maybe. Come on, you little bastard. Get eaten.
More ants have been caught by tiger beetle larvae, lying in wait.
Love it.
Got him. Larvae. Okay. Let's start messing with the other side. We rule these hills, suckers. Wood ants are taking over. What?
Boom, boom.
Get out of here, wood crab. Or hermit crab. What the hell would be a wood crab? Imagine a crab that had a wooden shell. That'd be weird.
The beetle larvae hiding in their burrows are eating well. Every ant lost to them diminishes the colony.
Your face diminishes the colony.
Your mother diminished the colony.
Last night's high tide
mother was a hermit
dangerously
crab.
close to the low ground nests.
Enough.
Today is their last chance to relocate. The ants
Exactly.
must prepare for their final battle. Many aphids were eaten in the night. Food will be scarce.
That's awful.
What are you giggling at?
Oh, something I found on Twitter and then reposted on Kai's in memes and shit posting on Kai's Discord.
A large black
I'll
ant
have to
force
see
has
that
been
later.
sent from the Fusta
Yeah.
nest.
Funny, but I don't think I can repeat it here on a public.
Oh dear. One of those. I don't like how divided my forces are here. Let's go back inside. We'll settle this indoors, lads.
Ooh, it's on. You can watch it there. Have you seen this anime? I've heard of it. Overlord.
I've heard of it. Isn't that the one where a demon destroys a city with a giant dick?
Like I said,
Oh no, that's Legend of the Overfiend. Never mind.
Oh yeah. No, this is another one of those like characters caught in a game world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the game world of Yggdrasil takes on a
More
life of its
rats are
own
heading
after the
toward the
server
high
shut
ground
down.
colony.
Dark Wizard player Momonga can't leave, but he's now in control.
Yeah, so it's Ravenloft.
Or what was it, the Dot Hack series, or a whole bunch of
Yeah.
shit. Or what? Sword
Those
Art
are an interesting
Online.
idea for a video game, but they didn't turn out to be very fun to play. God, I need
Sometimes
food.
when you make a game part of the series and then make a game after it, it's a crapshoot. Really, fucking like Yu-Gi-Oh was actually an anime first, and they started the game within the anime, and then they made the game after the game from the anime. Fucking Pokemon started, I think, like as a video game and anime, and then they made the card game. That
Yeah, it's been a lot of
enough.
things.
That did well enough.
Both lower ground colonies are now sending out armies at the same time.
Me and my friend were having a debate over what was the worst card game of all time.
Okay.
And mine for just sheer concept will always be Beyblade. It's a card game based on an anime about tops.
It's a weird idea,
Now you-
right?
Yeah, it's like battle. Well, okay, there's a thing. Battle tops. They're a thing. Have been a
Yeah.
long time. But that's what the anime was about. And there was actually a top game, of Beyblade.
Mm-hmm.
Like you actually had the little toy of the tops. But making a card game of it?
I guess they're just trying to eat Pokemon's lunch there, huh?
Well, unfortunately, that was the time about everybody tried to make basically after Magic the Gathering. Everybody was trying to make a collectible card game.
Yeah. There was a Dungeons and Dragons one, and it was really
The low
bad.
ground is already
Yeah.
starting to flood. The lower
Just
ground
because
nests
the
are empty
rules
completely,
mechanics were awful.
and the
Like,
ants are rushing up the bank.
there was no cost
This
to playing a
is the
card, so if you had a
finals.
more powerful card, you just played that. Like, it was
Yeah.
just if you have the best cards, you win. Whereas
Right.
Magic at least has some actual game balance to it.
The beetle larvae hiding in their burrows are eating well. Every ant
Eating
lost to them
well.
diminishes the colony.
Yummy queen ants to eat. Yum yum yum. Although one game that was I didn't play much, but it was very crazy. Did you ever see the Illuminati card game?
Yes.
That game was nuts.
Illuminati New World Order, yeah.
Yeah. It was
That
very
was-
silly.
Well, it's based on the RPG from Steve
The
Jackson
wood
games.
ants upon the hill
Mhm.
have finally
Which is why it was so
defeated their
silly.
would-be successes.
See,
Tomorrow
that
their
was the
empire
thing
will
I always
expand
wondered
to
about.
the undefended
And
intertidal
I never
flats
heard of
below,
Illuminati until
commanding
the
both the aphid
Steve Jackson
farms and
game
the
came
bounty
out. A
of
lot
the
of people
sea.
didn't, and it
This colony
all
will rise
sorts
to
of
become an
made me wonder,
undeniable power
was
in the
Illuminati an actual
Undergrowth.
thing that existed, or is this all out of the mind of Steve Jackson? And then the question is, which is the more terrifying answer?
Fair question.
Feeding time already?
Yes, our queen is
Fair question.
insatiable.
The card game had one of my one of my favorite cards I've ever seen, and also a
Yeah.
very silly card combination.
Yeah.
The card combination one, I remember there was a card called Head in a Jar, which allowed you to, I think, bring a dead character back to life.
Yeah.
And there was a card called Impersonator that would allow you to copy somebody else's character.
Yeah.
And I believe there was a Hitler card as well, right? So you could have somebody make a Hitler impersonator, and then that character dies, and then you bring him back to life. So you've got a Hitler impersonator's head in a jar. But my absolute favorite card ever, because the game had factions, right? Like there was a government
Right.
faction,
Yeah.
rebel factions and stuff. There was one card that would allow you to turn any other card into a government faction card.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was called Federalization or something.
Wow.
But the picture on the card showed like a little mom and pop diner
Yeah.
with like a closed for restructuring sign on the front and like a couple of like Men in Black types
Oh,
ushering
yeah.
out Mom and Pop because they took
Oh,
the place
yeah.
over. And the new sign on the front, instead of being like whatever's diner, now
Yeah.
said Federal Department of Lunch. Which is one of the funniest ideas.
Oh, the only cards I can really remember out of that was because I noticed they had a lot of cards based on actual people,
Mm-hmm.
but though sometimes you could tell probably who they couldn't get the rights to the likeness or whatever. And one in particular they had it was definitely based on Barney, but instead it was being purple. It was a pink dinosaur, and he wore like a Viking helmet, and his name is Bjarni.
Nice.
BJ O umlauts RNE. Bjarni.
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 Sounds about right.
I love you all. Basically what the flavor text read.
I like it. Oh, another funny joke they did. There was a... I don't know if you've ever heard of this. There's an actual real-life religion.
Yeah.
Although it's a parody of religions.
Uh-huh.
But they got enough followers together that they got it legally recognized in the United States
I have to fly
as a legally recognized religion. It's called the Church of the Subgenius.
Oh yeah, Bob Dobbs. Yeah.
Yeah, Bob Dobbs as their messiah figure.
Oh god. Yeah.
There was a Illuminati card game expansion based on the Church of the Subgenius. Now, one of the things they have in the real life Church of the Subgenius, I don't know if they're still a thing today or not, but last I looked, you could go to their website and you could purchase a, I believe it was $30. You could buy a priesthood. Like, you could become an official priest of the church. Cost $30. And on the item on their church store, website store, said, eternal salvation or triple your money back. And it was buying an official priesthood. In the Illuminati card game expansion for this, there was a picture of Bob Dobbs standing in hell and handing a refund check with $90 on it. I forget what the card was called or what it did, but it was clearly whoops, I guess the eternal salvation didn't work. Here's triple your money back.
Yeah.
It was very funny. I need to have a real quick break, though, and then we'll try this challenge fight again. Be right back.
Yep.
All right. Back. Yeah, I only ever played Illuminati once or twice, so I don't really remember the game mechanics, but it had quite a sense of humor.
There was a couple of videos, one's kind of a documentary of sorts that's made up one. It's called Arise, the Subgenius video, which came out in 1989. And then from 2019, there's actually a documentary on the Church of the Subgenius.
Cool.
Called J.R. Bob Dobbs and the Church of the Subgenius.
It was a pretty fun little fake religion.
Yeah.
I was always tempted to buy the Eternal Salvation or triple your money back.
I'm afraid we ran out
I never
of time.
did though.
It doesn't matter if the nest isn't perfect. Run the
Well, I also like how
experiment,
their
then
priests,
clear out the
instead of being called
specimens and
reverend, they were
bleach the equipment.
irreverent.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I know. I'm doing it.
That's a good
And
goof.
when you are finished here,
Like
I think we should
fucking,
have a word
what
about
was
your
it,
conduct around the laboratory.
I think we should have a word about your
was the last episode
What was
after
that?
Charles had come
Also,
back from a conference in
Good.
Tokyo,
Let
came
me
back
know when you have a
hammered
Sorry, who were we talking about?
on MASH. Charles
okay.
came
Okay,
back
my little
hungover
lads.
from a
This is it.
conference in
The winner
Tokyo.
will have the privilege of joining me for the ultimate test.
And
the real final experiment.
apparently when they found the
The
film
loser
footage,
will
it
be
turns out
relegated to
Charles
the
had apparently
waste
gotten
disposal.
married to some woman in Tokyo, and when she shows up, of course it
The
turned the whole
formicariums are
thing was like
connected.
something like the
Let the
bartender or
war
something made him,
commence.
so it was in no way official. So they had a party later on in which Charles and the lady were getting unmarried.
I wonder which company will strike.
And so Hawkeye presents DJ as the Irreverend JB Honeydew. Because I think
That
it was
sounds like
Honeycutt.
them.
Honeycutt, but also the fact that he's balding, but also the Reverend JB Honeydew.
Interesting combinations. I wonder which is more effective.
And then as it says, you take this one to be your unlawfully unwedded unwife, I undo. By the power invested in me by the state of intoxication, I pronounce you man and woman. You may ignore the bride.
The ex-bride.
Yeah. But I like it. It said by the power invested in me by the state of intoxication.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And he asked, does the flower girl have the bouquet? And Margaret, yes, a bouquet of 4 roses. That's a whiskey, in case you don't know.
Ah, I did not know.
Yeah, it's a brand of whiskey, 4
That
roses.
explains the joke. I like it.
Yes, a bouquet of 4 roses.
Well, this fight's going much better than it did last time, thanks to the fact
Yeah.
that my troops are much stronger now. More numerous and better upgraded. And with spare food left for replacements. As that finger killed a lot of my shit.
Yep. Let's see, I'll put in the link. Oh, you saw the Deadpool
For our erect-
Bob Ross video, I
Perhaps
see,
I should level the playing field.
from yesterday. Holy fuck, Knuckles, I am high as a kite right now. Okay.
Excellent progress, my Ereptus. Strike at your nemesis. There can be only one.
Eat!
Yes.
Eat the queen!
Eat up, boys! Meat's on the menu.
Perfect. My Ereptus would prevail. Now we can prepare for the real.
Have you finished yet?
Yes, our Ereptus have dominated the Formicarium.
Have you finished it?
Wonderful.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
I expect
eh.
a full report by the end of the week. For now, you can start by clearing away. Make sure anything contaminated with that jelly goes straight to the incinerator.
Yes, yes, very good.
1 second.
Jelly to the incinerator. The jelly is for my ants, and no one is going to take it away from you.
God, I love this guy. Alright, let's gather this food so we've got all the bonuses we can get. Alright, you were saying?
Oh no, when she says, "Are you finished yet?" and you're like, "Oh yes." It's like, I just come to the conclusion.
I've just finished now. Are you finished yet? Wait. Okay, now. If I remember correctly, I think this might be when they're about to wipe out my... Like, make me move to a new pharmacarium again, but... If I gather all of the food before I leave, I'll at least get, as much bonus jelly as I can get.
And jellies, comforts.
It's kind of funny watching the gigantic majors walking back and forth to collect food. It's funny because they're so big. And the food is so small. It's a very solemn piano for a game about ants.
Oh, there's. When you're talking about jelly, I mean, I'm thinking jams, jellies, preserves, compote. Actually, I had to look up, so what is the difference between jam, jelly, and preserve? And interesting.
I know the difference between jam and jelly, but I think preserves is just like the group category name.
Well, no, sort of. Okay, so like for jelly, you're just mainly using the juice of the fruit. For jam, you're using that with chunks of the fruit in there. For preserves, you're about like preserving whole fruit in the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, jelly is kind of like super thick Jello, essentially.
Sort of, yeah. But yeah, you're basically preserving the fruit itself in a kind of jelly type. But yeah.
And compote is jam, but bougie.
Or something like that. It's actually, when I look at it, it's kind of like jam, maybe even more like preserves, because you're using bigger pieces of fruit in there. Then you've got the marmalade.
Marmalade.
Oh, marmalade. Hey, that's the soul sister. Hey, that's avec moi.
C'est moi.
I go. Patty the Bell. I made the joke about them, but I said, Patty LaBelle, I love her cobbler. Yeah, she put her name on this whole line of like baked goods, pies, cobblers, stuff like that. You buy it at the stores. In fact, there's a funny one when this one serviceman overseas says, actually wrote some fan letter to her and said, I love your pies. It's too bad we can't get them over here. He had the company send him and his entire unit just a whole case full of desserts from her company.
Nice. Maximum population? What is this madness?
Madness. Ooh-ah.
I just want to spend the rest of my food.
Hmm. Ding-ding-ding-ding.
Okay, I think I have accomplished that. Which means we are ready for the rehousing. If that's what's about to happen. I can't remember if it happens right now or if it's after the fire ants, but let's see. Yeah, rehouse again. Yep, okay. Let's get moved once more.
Short-sighted, simple, churlish fools. They don't understand. None of them understand. The experiment must proceed. There isn't much time. Quickly, my raptors. Into the terrarium. You'll be safe here.
You'll be safe here.
Oh, nice.
Is it
Hold
done?
on.
Yes, yes. Look. Gone.
I see. Well, good. It's about time. Anyway, I'm going to need you to make yourself available this afternoon. Apparently, a large quantity of unrefined jelly has gone missing from the overflow vessel, and Supply wants to speak with the whole group about proper checkout procedures. You wouldn't happen to know anything about it, would you?
What? No. What would I want with unrefined jelly?
Well, quite.
Well, quite.
What would I want, indeed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Have to re-earn territory points, though. That's fine. Save for Macarium. Alright. It is fire ant time. Let me see. Pervasive. Free to hatch if the egg has been on a tile for a short period of time. Vigorous. Receives bonuses after being hatched. At level 3, the tile can support 2 ants. Yeah, I like this. So, if it's been a little while since I've had to replace ants, then the replacements will be free.
This
That's pretty
Solenopsis
crazy.
invicta fire ant queen has landed on the edge of a swamp. She may be far from her native habitat, but the fire ants are well known for their ability to adapt. Competition for food will be fierce. She will need to raise an army quickly to compete with the local predators.
Of course, fire ants. These are the ones that do the pontooning. So that's going to come into play on these levels. Also, we can be aphid rangers. There's a mechanic here where you can find aphids hanging out on plants and relocate them to live on plants closer to your nest, so that you can farm their honeydew.
You do.
The colony lies in the shadow of a great titan to the north. an American bullfrog. This large female has found the perfect spot to feed. Sheltered by foliage and in the path of many wandering insects and smaller amphibians, she has no reason to move on. Eventually she will need to be displaced, but for now, the fire ants have more pressing business to attend to.
Also, they're a bit cheaper to start with.
Yep.
Alright, let's see. Where to start off?
The mighty bullfrog named Jeremiah.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Many of the milkweed plants growing nearby are infested with aphids. Their honeydew excretions present an ideal, energy-rich food source for the fire ants. Aphids far from the nest are vulnerable, however, and are sometimes relocated closer to home where they can be better protected from predators and thieves.
Should probably fight stuff underground first. There's a lot of above ground dangers around here. We can't get to most of the aphids yet.
The ants have uncovered a group of hungry checkered beetle larvae. The soft grubs may look defenseless, but they have big jaws and appetites to match.
So yeah, anytime we have a larva that's sparkling like this, that means that when it hatches, it'll be free. Won't cost us food. Incredibly useful. Especially later on.
A small colony of Fader Faidalae Maurici big-headed ants have established themselves on a hill to the west. Scavenging for seeds, aphids, and dead insects, they are unlikely to pose a threat to the Invicta colony, if left undisturbed.
It's a big if, sir.
There are intruders in the nest.
Not for long.
There are intruders in the nest.
No, there is food delivering itself to the nest. Is what I think you meant, sir. Alright, we should be good to head outside, I think. Perhaps.
Up there.
Maybe I can snooch these aphids down here. beetle boy.
A
Six-spotted tiger.
six-spotted tiger beetle, Cichindala sexcutata, is on the move near the nest. Its metallic green elytra make it unmistakable, and like its other tiger beetle cousins, long legs give it the speed to chase down small arthropods with ease.
I wonder if I have enough guys to pontoon over to that spot. Let's try it.
A wasp-mantid fly,
Oh, shit.
Climachala brunea, has descended from her perch into the path of the ants.
Didn't see her.
Unrelated to true mantids, her spiked raptorial
That might be
forelegs
a
are a
problem.
perfect example of convergent evolution.
Alright, let's see. How about... Do they have one too? Yep. Not ideal. We also got Venus flytraps here. So the terrain can just eat us now. Which is not great.
A magnolia green jumping spider, Lysoman viridis, has ambushed a fire ant. It prefers to hunt on foliage, where it is less likely to be spotted by predators and prey alike. Out on the ground, it's more vulnerable, but that won't stop it from snacking on lone ants far from the safety of the nest.
That's so tasty.
Watching people talking about the Deadpool movie. What was their favorite? Like, what was their funniest line from it?
Huh?
Like, I want to show you something big. That's Kevin used to say.
Hey.
Yeah, the other one. Oh yeah, you urinated yourself while you were unconscious. I wasn't unconscious.
Yep, I remember that. Acorn, delicious. Or pinecone, I mean. One of those things.
The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
Oh, don't be dramatic. He is a pretty little beetle, though. Very shiny.
Oh!
As the
Apparently-
sun sets, the local amphibians begin to emerge.
hold on,
While
one
that
second.
was
One second.
Crevices near the water's edge.
Moist
Lone
crevices.
invertebrates will be picked off quickly. The ants should travel in numbers or not at all.
Okay, you were saying?
Tell me again about the moist crevices.
Mm-hmm. What were you saying, though?
Yeah. Apparently in Deadpool, that was you were telling me that was Blake Lively.
Yeah,
Ryan
yeah,
Reynolds'
Lady
wife
Deadpool.
Her voice. Only.
Not
He was.
not
That
her in
wasn't
the
her. No, she was pregnant at the time. So yeah, that would have fit.
Oh. Who was in the suit then?
Don't know. Let's see. Was Lady Deadpool?
A bombardier beetle, Brachinus alternans, is hunting for insects outside the nest. It may seem unwise for it to wander so freely amongst the large amphibians that share the swamp at night, but they would do well to leave it alone. This beetle is a master of chemical warfare.
I remember when I played Grounded, the bombardier beetles were terrifying. Very dangerous.
Oh, look, it says.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
I'm looking at something else. Fine, says.
At night, eastern narrow-mouthed toads patrol above ground looking for food. Ants make up 75% of their diet, so the small colony must stay alert. To make matters worse, they are excellent diggers. It's only a matter of time before one tunnels its way into the nest.
Indeed, sir. Yes, it is.
There's a body double. Didn't say who.
Yeah, that's fine. Whoever she was very leggy.
Yeah.
A fully developed checkered beetle, Enoclerus rosmarus, has been disturbed by the ants.
It's an interesting looking beetle. Looks a lot like a giant ant.
Appetite and slicing jaws as its juvenile counterpart, but now paired with thick armor plates. It represents a far greater danger to the colony. A narrow-mouthed toad has burrowed into the nest. It may be small for a toad, but its appetite for ants is insatiable. Secretions from its skin burn any that manage to escape its projectile tongue.
Oh yeah, as much as the fight against the Deadpool core in that one scene, it was the fight inside the van.
What about it?
That was, I think, even that was the even better.
It was it had to be a lot more creative, certainly.
Yeah, I mean, people fighting in a closed space like that is always.
Yeah. Definitely a challenge.
Shit. Art.
Nice.
Sorry.
Why?
Oh no, I really shouldn't do that.
Ralph. Any of your friends ever do that thing when you were younger, when doing a belch while saying Ralph?
Oh, yeah. Sometimes we just try to say stuff while belting.
Yeah, but for some reason, Ralph was like
in the nest.
the popular one.
The colony
I don't
is
know
starving.
why.
There's not enough food
was just
to
a thing.
feed the new brood.
Yeah. Doing my writing down on my expenditures for the day. A couple of things. This morning, I've been trying to eat a little
and the
better.
salamanders and toads
My
retire to their
digestion.
damp alcoves to wait out the sun.
Damp
Only the
alcoves.
great bullfrog remains. She sits patiently on her throne, waiting for the next meal to wander by.
Luckily, when you work at a grocery store, you can get those. So basically, for looking up information on my digestion better, I get a little $5 cup of fresh pineapple.
Nice. The
So
food
I
that
get
eats you right back.
It's actually supposed to help with your digestion, but I don't have much a problem with the acidity as other people seem to.
Yeah, but it tries, it tries.
Yeah, I always have that, and
The battle has begun.
bananas also help.
Pontoon. Pontoon force is go. Get those aphids.
By linking themselves together, the fire ants have formed a pontoon out of their own bodies.
go.
It stretches from their home territory to a previously unreachable island, giving them access to new sources of food.
Huge. I know.
The battle has begun.
Nah. And I got a notice on my door to.
A curious ant has ventured onto a Venus flytrap in search of nectar. If it brushes
Didn't need to
against
walk
the
past
hairs
that.
on the
Oh,
open
well.
red-tinged leaves, they will snap shut, encasing the ant in an ever-tightening cell. There is no escape. The prisoner will be slowly digested until nothing more than a husk remains.
Yeah. So anyway. Let me see.
She almost dead now. Alright.
So that's. I mean, as far as fruits that help with that, that's about all we got is bananas and pineapples. We don't have papaya or fresh papaya or mango there.
The ants will fight to the death.
Death achieved. He got me.
Yeah, that's the part. Apparently, they said they wanted to make some cocaine jokes in the movie, but people.
Oh, they
at Marvel
still
Disney-
managed to.
Yeah, told them they couldn't. So, okay, well, we're going to make jokes about not being able to make jokes about cocaine.
Yep. That's very them, isn't it?
Yeah. Apparently they got away with that. I said, I guess as long as you can... As long as you say you can't say it, I guess you can say it.
Keep it as meta as possible.
Yes. What was it? The great comedian Chris Hardwick said, "It's so meta it'll make your pants poop themselves."
That's good. No, not there. Okay. Yeah, they got these big tube plant things that you can gather nectar from, but you also might fall in and die.
Oh yeah.
I forget what they're called. Yeah, they're definitely a danger here. Alright, come on guys, 2 more aphids to go. Of course, if you've got the free replacements for the ones that fall in, then it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
But still a bit of a risky food source.
Yeah. Food source. Starring Tom Cruise. Oh, wait.
Eat the rich? What?
I said risky food source. I said starring Tom Cruise.
Right, yeah, eat the rich.
No, that
Because
was
Tom
a
Cruise
reference.
is the food source.
Well, that was a reference to the movie Risky Business.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I just like the idea that he is the food source.
You know what? Of all the idle rich out there,
The ants have been
there's
attracted
just
to
something
secretions
about
of
him. The man
nectar
is just
produced
so
by a
bad
yellow
shit. He's
pitcher
actually
plant.
fun.
In order to feed, however,
Kinda.
the ants
It's
must
one of these other
position
people that are so
themselves
batshit and
precariously
they
over a
have
deep
managed to
vat of
eliminate all the fun.
digestive liquid. Waxy deposits on the rim ensure that any ant that steps too far in won't
You
be
have-
stepping out again.
Sorry, I missed that last bit you said because of the narration. What?
Yeah. I stopped because of the narration. Anyway, there was an interview with Robert Downey Jr. And apparently they're asking, like, do you have any tattoos? And he mentioned, and he said there's one that all the original Avengers have this tattoo. Almost. Let's see, I think it was Scarlet got it first. Then Chris Evans. Then, let's see, then Jeremy Renner. And then Robert. And then Chris Hemsworth was kind of holding out, and they said he whimpered as he got it. I said, it's very un-Thor-like. Only one who
Right.
didn't get it was Mark Ruffalo. He said, I'm not going to be part of your some little club or cabal, whatever he called it. And I said, which is his right, and I respect that. And then he looked right at the camera and mouthed, fuck you, Mark.
The battle has begun.
Yeah, pussy.
Yeah, Mark is kind of been like that. He's been fully embraced the champagne socialist. He is what that when people disparagingly use the term ally.
Disparagingly. Why for him?
Because it's a lot of
Is he
time when they say that
pretending?
I'm an ally to this group or that group, it's almost more for clout than anything else. Look how much
Yeah.
I care. Like, I
Well,
care
that's
more
what we
than
call,
you about this.
We call that virtue signaling.
Yeah. And he is such a knee-jerk ally sometimes. He'll jump on anything. Everybody else was coming to poor old Chris Pratt's defense when he want to leave his house that day and go to a freaking Joe Biden rally. I wouldn't go to a Joe Biden rally because I think the guy is...
Hell, not even Biden
Back.
goes to a Joe Biden rally anymore.
Yeah. But anyways,
The ants will fight to the death.
all of social media jumped on him and everybody came to Chris Pratt's defense, apparently except for Mark. All his
What a
other
dick.
Marvel buddies did.
Ruffalo, I thought you were cool.
I never did. I thought I almost wish they had managed to hold on to Ed Norton as as Banner.
Ah, well. What can you do, eh?
Yeah. Did you ever watch that movie, the Incredible Hulk? It was the second
Yep.
Hulk movie. I guess the first official MCU Hulk movie. That was the one that had Edward Norton as Bruce Banner, but he didn't come back for the Avengers, so that's when they got Mark Ruffalo.
We got a
Somehow,
K2 aphid farm going on. Nice.
I could see Edward doing it better. He could do the Bruce Banner, like just barely hanging on to his sanity. I mean, this is the
Yeah.
man who won an Oscar for the movie. Oh God, what was the name of it? One where he played a serial killer
Once
that's playing
again,
a
dusk
dual
sets in over the
personality.
swamp. Soon, the sandy undergrowth will be
I don't know.
teeming with salamanders,
something like it.
toads, and
Final Fear, that
nocturnal
was it.
beetles.
Well, not a serial killer, but a guy had committed a murder and claimed it was his alternate personality that had done it.
What? Spoilers.
Well, that was almost I think, from the beginning. But then when you see the twist at the end,
It's a twist.
yeah.
The workers have done all they can to improve these food stores.
These fool stalls. Oh. Burp.
Another nice thing about having an aphid farm is that the food they provide I can still safely get to at night. Because I don't have to leave this little mound here to do it. Which is rather nice. Got another toad invasion happening soon, though.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
There he is.
The ants must
Get 'em.
defend themselves.
Stick him right in the eyeball.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
There's one over here, too. Shit. Get him. Eat that boy. And this one. Get away from my queen, fucker. Yes, queen. Delicious. I wonder if anybody's noticed that hashtag on the stream yet. Snuck a little joke in there to see if anybody would comment on it, but nobody said anything.
Oh, hang on, I'll go back.
I don't know if people read those.
Oh, I can't see it.
I put one of the stream hashtags is Yas Queen.
No, oh, I see it.
Little ant
Jeez.
joke there.
Yeah, that's something earned so many times. I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
Just kind of gets automatically tuned out, doesn't it, sometimes?
yeah, it's quickly getting replaced with Slay. A Slay
Did you say-
Queen.
Oh yeah, that's... I think that came first, actually.
I only recently, within the recent year, heard Slay. Yeah, it was long before that.
For the swamp amphibians, the nighttime feast is over. Toads give way to tiger beetles, and the ant colonies step up their activities. If the fire ants are to stand any chance of establishing a long-lasting empire, they must grow quickly. There is no time to waste.
Alright, guy, calm down. Jeez. Alright, let me see. All the other aphids are in enemy territory now. I'll have to piss off the other ants to get to them. Possibly worth it, though. Let's see. Maybe we can get this one peacefully. Oh, there you are.
The battle has begun.
I was wondering if this one had a wasp thing. God, that looks nastier than regular wasps even. Some nasty looking bugs in this game, let me tell you.
The fire ants have encountered a tribe of Monomorium minimum black ants.
Easy
These
for you to
tiny
say.
little ants may seem feeble, but the
Right?
Invicta colony would do well to treat them with caution. Although primarily scavengers, they are armed with powerful chemical secretions and have been known on occasion to invade fire ant nests.
Well, that's not very smart.
The ants have set upon a green lynx spider, Puccetia viridans. She prefers to hunt and
watch her
pitcher
language.
plants, but out in the open, she loses her advantage.
Right?
Far from defenseless, however, when threatened, she can spit venom up to 30 centimeters from her fangs.
Those aphids will be very difficult to get to. Yeah, I don't think those ones are worth the bother. What's up?
Oh, just something on Twitter,
Oh.
picture of a bacon
Yes,
wrapped
must
cheddar
fight.
meatball.
Interesting.
Mmm. It's terrible.
Very jaunty tune, isn't it? Alright, let's finish gathering the food down here. Then go on the attack. You have to kill a big mama bullfrog here eventually. But we need to be nice and strong. To be capable of doing that.
So Ryan Reynolds says, at this moment he has no idea if he'll ever play Deadpool again.
One hopes so.
And he says, I hope I do, but I don't know. Right now it's just time to hang up the suit for a bit and see what happens next. Well, that's the thing. For him, he's got, like I said, he had a career before and during the time he was playing Deadpool, so he's got other things to work with. And that's kind of what the funny thing. It, you know, where you can kind of make fun of some of his other roles.
Yeah? As he has.
I mean, in that he made fun of Van Wilder, and I think was it The Proposal.
I must have missed those because I don't know anything about that.
That was during the Nice Pool segment.
An ant has fallen victim to a carnivorous plant.
And you, don't you want to fight? Food stores are full. Unacceptable.
The neighboring Monomoria Minimum Colony has launched an attack on the fire ant nest.
Excuse me, what? What's your problem, bitch?
Of course, they
I was gonna leave you guys alone. Not anymore. It is go time, motherfuckers.
of course, they had to make, since, you know, Ryan Reynolds was in the third Blade movie, they had to kind of make the
Was
bit
he?
of a reference. Yeah, he was in Blade Trinity as, was it Hannibal King?
That's been so long since I've seen that.
Yeah, and then it's kind of been the forgotten one.
It was very bad.
Defenseless caterpillars exposed
Or
on
it's
the
kind of
underside
bad.
of leaves are a welcome
Well,
snack for
Leslie was in a
passing fire
weird
ants.
place at that
The colony
time.
should take
like,
advantage while it can. Few meals surrender so willingly.
he did that thing like Jim Carrey did in Man on the Moon. Like, he only answered to the character's name, not to his own. Like,
Method
so he only
acting.
answered, he called off Blade and the whole thing. And yeah, apparently he was smoking a lot of pot during
Yeah.
that. Said if he wasn't on camera, he was in his trailer, and there was only thing coming out of that trailer was a lot of smoke.
Doesn't seem like the kind of character or the kind of movie that really calls for method acting, does it?
No, but like I said, that was just
Alright, it's invasion
Wesley's-
time.
like just on a weird tip at that time.
Wasn't gonna attack the enemy nest, but they came at me, so I'm coming at them. You guys wanted this, you got it. 97 fire ants coming at your ass. They're so small,
The
too.
Monomoria minimum colony is almost defeated. The Invictor army must press their advantage.
Gotcha.
The little black ants fought to the last to defend their queen. Now the Invictor colony will enjoy the spoils of war. Defenseless larvae from the vanquished colony will be carried home and fed to the victor's own hungry brood.
Hell yeah. Feast time. Now, does the other colony want a piece of this? That's the question. I should probably take them out too, if I don't want them attacking me while I'm fighting the
Night
bullfrog.
approaches, and the predators of the day give way to their nocturnal counterparts.
First,
As they
we'll
encroach
grab
on
this
colony
stuff.
territory, battles must be chosen wisely. Spread too thin, the fire ants could find themselves quickly overwhelmed.
Exactly my point, sir. That is what I am saying. But of course, we will also need to save some food for replacement ants.
Yep.
Can't spend all of it on upgrades. Also, we gotta be ready for any nest invasions if any more babby bullfrogs show up during the night.
I like this one. Cop, please step out of the car. Me, I'm too drunk. You get in.
That's good. Very sassy.
No, probably right at that point. Like, I'm
And
too
honest.
drunk, you get in.
Sassy and honest.
Like Bill Hicks, time I went and gets high, and like the cop knock on the window, but we're looking in the opposite window. Like,
Predators
how
are loose in
tall
the
are
nest.
you?
The larvae must be protected.
Look at that little cop. It's a little big cop. I assume that big cop car.
The ants must defend themselves.
Alright, Blast, what do you think? One mother bullfrog versus
There are
111
intruders in the nest.
upgraded fire ants.
We'll see. Whoop. There.
guy's having a little bit of a buffet over here. Alright, I've upgraded what I can.
Predators are loose in the nest. The
Remaining
larvae
food will
must
be
protected.
used for replacements.
The ants must defend themselves.
Nice. Alright, time to brave the night and attack these other guys. I shall have all of the aphids. Nobody shall rival the power of my ranch. I'll probably lose a few ants to this thing, but I don't care.
An ant has fallen victim to a carnivorous plant.
No.
I can afford it now.
Nom nom.
Yes.
Staving off another night of attacks, the Invicta colony once again proves its strength. Despite this victory, there is yet one obstacle that stands in its way. Ever present, the bullfrog looms over the ants. The beast must
I
be
get it.
defeated.
This is gonna be a crazy boss fight. This is going to cost me a lot of ants, but I've got a lot of freebies loaded up and a lot of food. So we got this. I got 50 aphids. Just pooping out food for me. Alright, let's get our invasion ready. It's time for these little backstabbers to go down. I like how we've gone from piano to washboard.
I am.
What a shitty colony they've got here. Tiny
I'm
chambers.
watching this. I'm
Yeah.
also watching a video from Cult DD Man showing the new AMT reissue an Enterprise D kit. It looks nice.
Cool. Just chasing that guy down the side. Get him! Eat his booty! Destroy the other!
The Maurici colony has fallen, their champions spent, and their queen vanquished. In the end, they could not stand up to the might of the Invicta army.
Them's good eating. Okay, we got more honeydew to eat. And then it's go time. This bullfrog gonna die. Gonna eat her up.
An ant has fallen victim to a carnivorous plant.
How many shinies do I have here? Most of them. Alright, nice. We're ready to go. A couple people grab these. That will convene as much of the army as we can. That looks good, alright. Boss fight. Let's do this. You gonna die, lady.
The fire ants have mounted their first attack upon the great American bullfrog Litabates scatesbianus. The brave frontline soldiers are quickly crushed and eaten.
I am
They must surround and swarm
breaking
the
up.
enormous creature to stand any chance of defeating it.
No, still doing it.
Yeah?
The sound of the game is breaking up.
Oh. Weird. Discord must be glitching.
And big old frog.
Eat her up. You always hear those horror stories of people having fire ants crawling up all over them.
Again, soldiers clamp onto the bullfrog's leathery skin.
Now we're doing it to
and
you.
inject their Solenopsis venom, but the beast shows no signs of wavering. The fire ants must maintain their resolve.
Just a constant line of reinforcements coming in. guess she built up her strength over time, though. We got her before she got up to even half. So that's good. What are you guys fighting down here? Beetle. They're slowing down a bit. You know what? Let's pick up some food over here. Replenish our peoples a bit.
The unrelenting waves of fire ants have finally achieved
we
their
got her.
goal. The bullfrogs, sore with blisters, have hopped
Get out of here,
away.
bitch.
It's likely to give the Invicta colony a wide berth from now on.
Didn't get to kill her, because man, that'd be a lot of food, wouldn't it?
Unbeknownst to
Yeah.
us, the presence
Entire
of the
bullfrog?
was keeping many other local amphibians at bay. The power vacuum it left behind is attracting a host of salamanders and frogs eager to take its place. The ants should go to ground quickly and prepare for the imminent chaos.
Let me get some more food together. It's a bit mean of them in a way, though. Like, after this titanic boss fight, you're like, alright, now that you're pummeled down and weak, here comes an invasion, too. Because fuck you.
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, here they come. Oh, you're not coming up from there? Oh, you're coming in from underground, okay. That makes sense. Get that long boy. Eat him. There we go, get my numbers back up. Back up to about 80%-ish.
Bleh.
Blech. Still, despite all the losses, my food stores are going upwards overall. Very nice. Oh shit, this one's tunneling in right behind the
is in
queen.
imminent danger.
Get out of here, salamander. Man, this is a lot of motherfuckers invading. Yeah, Queen's still in pretty good shape. We're all good. Oh, down to 17 ants, though. Plenty of food for replacements, but replacements take time. Ooh, that came kind of close overall.
As the anarchy above ground settles,
If there had been one or two more frogs, I might have been in trouble.
Order is established. This is now the domain of the fire ant.
New ant order. You better stay out, bitch.
Victoire!
Victoire.
Victoire!
Got the bull by the horns.
Mm-hmm.
Beat cold blood on medium difficulty with both enemy colonies still alive. I mean, they fucked with me first, so they had to die. I had to learn them real good.
I knew it. With the proper exposure and stimulation, the mutation possibilities are boundless. The potential for amalgamation, which is, of course, an epistatic effect owing to increased cytoplasmic viscidity in
What
the...
are you doing?
Preparing the report.
Can you not do it quietly? Perhaps try using the keyboard?
The keyboard. How quaint.
How quaint.
Yeah. I can't do one McNest sandwich.
Get that grub. Nom 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 nom. Alright, we'll build up the formicarium a little bit before we raid somebody. But also, yes, let's just get some finance. Some France. Sure-footed. Fire and attack damage is increased when mounted on an enemy, or evasive. Small chance to take no damage. Well, we got the free replacements thing, so we'll take sure-footed. And let's see. Last stand. Upon reaching 0 health, Fire Ant returns to full health, but only survives for a few further seconds. Last laugh. Upon death, Fire Ant deals high damage to its nearest enemy if close enough. Yep, that's the one. Who gets the last laugh now? 'Tis I. Okay. Actually, let's go with Fire Ants in here.
Solenopsis invicta. Interesting presentation. Fully functional stinger, too. Marvelous.
What's marvelous?
Marvelous.
My sandwich, yes. It came with an unusually generous dab of fiery pepper sauce.
How many times have I told you? No food in the lab.
Yes, okay, fine, I'm going.
Yes, okay, fine. Amazing the quality of voice actors they got for a game about ants. Alright, so I'm going to have my shooty ants in here. Some majors down here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the soldier ants or not. We'll see. Maybe. Look at tanky ants. Not as tanky as the majors, but tanky-ish. So I might do both. We'll see. Alright, shooty ants. I wonder how often real-life wood ants can do the shooting acid at people thing. Certainly not as often as they do it in the game. Constant shots for forever. But like, how much of that stuff can they store up, and how fast do they make more of it? You know?
Yep.
One has to wonder. Alright, while we're building this up, let's see who's going to be available for our raid today. Hero's Journey is back. Okay. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled Tuesday tradition then. Suppose I don't need these two here anymore. Alright, and some majors. Big old burrito. Yummy. The burrito hatched and became a friend. Alright. So upgrades are going to take a little while to process. But I'm saving food by not creating additional workers, you know? So it works out in the end.
Hmm.
It's just good management. In the long run. I think I've gathered all the food for now. Okay. Let's save that there. Let's turn that off. Alright. It is a raid time.